30-year neurosurgeon. This is some good stuff right here, folks. Hope you pay attention. Hope you're ready to acknowledge some information that might help your health and help you, live a better life. We are in the RV on our way to the Redmond salt mines. I got a notification. To the Redmond salt mines. Here we go. It's going to be some good stuff tonight. We're going to get right into it. Once I find this thing on the actual YouTube here. Here we go.
I need to find a way to hold my thing up.
Hold your thing up. Hey, hold your thing up. All right, we are on the road, but still doing live shows because we miss you guys and we don't ever want to miss a single minute in helping you navigate the crazy that is being bestowed on you. Even this constant bombardment of news and crazy stuff is actually messing with your psychology, but that is for another video. So you have to have a strong mind and will to manage this stuff, okay? So tonight we're going to talk about the 30-year neurosurgeon, Jack Kruse. Many of you may have heard of him. Many of you may have not. I suggest maybe you go give him a look, find him on social media. He wants to decentralize medicine because, when people are being paid $1 million to jab toxic stuff into your body, well, that's not a good medical program, okay? And the number 1, 2, 3 leading cause of death in America are doctors, okay? And they're practicing. This is gain of function. All right.
Well, hello, everybody. Everyone looks like they're in good spirits tonight.
We're about to learn some good stuff. And you're going to maybe see like how this all, like you're going to be able to see the setup. When I read this to you guys, you're going to be able to see the setup, right? Because everything is a setup. I'm sad to say, you know what I mean? Like, just is what it is. People are evil, and it's probably going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Okay? So, here we go. We're going to get right into it because people say we always wait too long. So 2 minutes in, we're going to get right into it. It's called the Sunless Trap. Think about all the kids out there today. And we know people that are grown, that have grown children, 23, 25, 28 years old, that are literally staying in the house all day with their blinds closed, playing video games. They don't go outside hardly at all, okay? And this is happening all over the place. And I'm not sure how they got programmed into that situation, if it's through public schools or friends, peer pressure, just whatever it is, it's happening all over the place. I can't tell you the amount of people that we know, and they even don't live with their parents, right? They live in their own place, but they literally stay inside all day long with the drapes pulled and playing video games or on the computer or just not going outside. Leave a comment if you even know someone in your life who has kids or are doing that same thing, even grown adults or even maybe your kids. Just be honest and just put it in the comment section, even if you're watching this on the replay, okay? The Sunless Trap, why you're stuck in a dopamine desert. Change isn't hard, it's impossible for the sun-starved. Low agency people aren't lazy, their brains are dark. No sunlight equals no dopamine. No dopamine equals a frontal lobe that cannot dream beyond right now. They cling to what they have, blind to what they could gain, because their biology doesn't know opportunity costs. You're not holding on to your life, you're chained to it. Low dopamine doesn't kill motivation, it locks you in a now prison where the future can't exist. No solar light, no frontal time, no agency. You don't lack discipline, you lack a tomorrow, right? They're basically stealing away the dreams and hopes of the future generations.
The light inside you.
Yes. The sun writes time in dopamine-fueled circuits. Without it, your neurology rots in entropy, not emergency. The unwilling don't just stay stuck, they decay. You can't sacrifice who you are because the light that builds who you could be, never touches your skin. Your choices aren't yours until the sun carves them into your prefrontal cortex with an electric scar. soak in the light, or stay in the dark forever. That's Dr. Cruz. You guys can look him up, Kruse. I like the guy a lot. He's really in your face, tells you how it is, doesn't really care if he hurts your feelings. But this is a very true thing. You're not holding on to your life, you're chained to it. Low dopamine doesn't kill motivation. It locks you in a now prison where the future can't exist. Another reason, if you want to, follow this rabbit hole a little bit, on why they're trying to block out the sun, right? We're constantly talking about the chemtrails, them spraying nonstop. They even openly admit that they're trying to block the sun, and they're using the climate lie, okay, to do it. No one's stopping it. Your hero Trump isn't stopping it. K Jr. is not stopping it, because it's the DOD. It's the Department of Defense that's doing this stuff. They know exactly what they're doing by feeding you pharmaceuticals, blocking out your sunlight, getting you to stay indoors and programming you to be indoors and on computers. And, what do they say now? They say, what about bad weather? What do they say? It's going to be hot out here today. Stay inside. Or there's fire.
The new thing now is about the air quality. Stay inside.
Stay inside.
Stay inside. Stay inside.
When they had the COVID lie, right? Stay inside. Stay 6 feet apart. They know exactly what they're doing. None of this stuff is by happenstance. Okay? So we got the Dr. Cruz thing out of the way. The first 6 minutes are lit. And now we're going to just talk about other health-related issues and things maybe that you can do to better your health.
Stacy's you would not believe all the people that have,
I know,
grandsons, friends,
right,
families,
right,
kids.
And they're pale and they don't have any color to their skins. They can't go outside. And then sunglasses. Now, look up this yourself. But it seems that when they introduced sunglasses, cancer rates started to spike. Okay? They say the eyes are the window to the soul. And if you're blocking your eyes with sunglasses, okay, we don't wear sunglasses, and these aren't sunglasses. These are blue blockers. This is blocking all the LED lights that they force mandated you into accepting. Think about that. And your computer screens, which Google and Apple actually have patents on for the blue light. Go look this stuff up. Why do they do that stuff? Because it affects your health, your mood, and everything else. Okay, these are all just stone cold facts. This is the channel of the free thinkers, and we spit out the stone cold facts, and to the best of our ability. I mean, we do our research. Sometimes we might get it wrong, but we're trying to let you guys know that you're in a trap, and you might not even realize it.
Well, Catherine says, try to let them know. No one wants to listen. So the thing is, some people will listen, some people won't. Some people might kind of hear you, and maybe eventually they'll listen, but sometimes not everyone's going to listen. So you just got to do the best that you can do. Take care of yourself. Live by example, and
And don't wear sunscreen. That's another scam. They're blocking your body. The largest organ on your body, I might add, is your skin. And they're blocking that from absorbing the vitamin D that you get from the sun and all the beneficial stuff that you get from being in the sun. That's why it's statistically shown that farmers live longer than anybody. Well, maybe not the new age farmers, because they're full of GMO and Roundup. But back in the day, farmers lived longer than anybody because they were out in the sun and they were working in the fields and also being with nature, right? What is it?
What is what? Being with nature.
You're something deprived. What was it?
I don't remember.
Your outdoor deficit. ODD.
ODD.
Outdoor deficit.
Disorder.
Yeah, outdoor deficit disorder. That's what a lot of people have.
Sunblock, poisonous sunblock is bad. But you can make homemade you can with tallow and zinc oxide. There's lots of natural sunblocks. Even like coconut oil and a lot of these oils that we have, natural oils. They have I think coconut oil is like SPF of 4. You can get good natural sunblocks, and sunscreen. Those would be a better choice. You just have to make sure you put it on more often. The other stuff is toxic and not good for you at all. That's what's giving people skin cancer and giving cancers. So
the sun does not give you skin cancers. Okay? So that's a lie from Big Pharma, and they got you hyped up on that lie. People live for thousands of years in the sun, just wearing good clothes, 100% cotton, long sleeves, stuff like that. No problem, right?
But if you go outside and you haven't been out, you've been inside all the time, and you go out for, in the heat of the day, you're going to get burnt. You have to do it slowly. Remember, first morning sun is the most healing. As the sun goes down, you can sun gaze in the morning. Look at the sun right as it's coming up. It's really good for your eye health. It's good for your serotonin levels, your sleep-wake cycles, all that. Watch the sun. Get out in the middle of the day. Get out as often as you can. Get outside. Look at the sun. Let the sun, when you feel the heat of the rays, that's those infrared rays absorbing in your body, and that's what your body really, really is starving for. I mean, you hear everyone, oh, I went on vacation someplace. I just feel so good. I feel great. And then they come back. Everything kind of goes back to the way it was. But, a lot of people have to work. Everyone has a job. You have a family to provide for. You have a home. But make sure, like, if you're at work, it's okay for you to go out, walk outside, even if it's cloudy out or if it's winter. Get out as much as you can. Go for a walk. These things, you'll start noticing you're feeling better and better and better and better. Some of these things we talk about are so simple. I don't know. Everyone thinks it has to be so complicated. You have to have these pills to make you better. You have to do this. You have to do that. Really, if we get back to the basics, just the simple basics, it's really, really simple. And this is one easy, free thing that everyone could start doing and maybe notice some tremendous changes in their life.
How about coconut oil as a sunscreen?
Yeah, coconut oil, and I said it has about an SPF of a 4. You'd have to keep lathering it on. I know a lot of people, you can mix, if you put a little beeswax in there, some zinc oxide. There's tons of recipes that you can find online. A lot of people like to make the tallow sunscreen, which is wonderful. The tallow mixed with the zinc oxide, and you can do some essential oils. You can do, a few other different oils, and you can make your own. But there's a lot of different ones you can find online that'll really give you, like, if you want like a 30, a higher one, you're going to add more zinc oxide to it. And actually it'll look a little more white. And you'll rub it on you. It might be a little white on you. But if you're going to be out on the river or out at the ocean all day long, that might be something, you want to put on your nose, on your shoulders, and works very well. But just remember, when you're sweating a lot or you're getting in the water, you're going to need to reapply it. So, but don't go out all at once. Go out a little bit, have an umbrella. Common sense. Wear clothes, like this is a thin cotton kind of shirt. This is nice. It'll keep you cool.
Come on, you guys. Do you hear about Saudi Arabia people just dying of cancer left and right? Seriously, just think this stuff through, okay? We're being fed a bill of bad goods, and we gobble it up like crack. And we have to stop this nonsense, right? The Trump train and all this stuff. It's the deep state. Yes, the deep state on steroids. Come on. Bill Barr was deep state. And all this stuff. Yeah, everything's working with the volume. Come on. So we got to stop believing these narratives. And now I'm trying to go back in, history, if you will, and look at all the stuff we were fed because we bought into it and we just accepted it. And now that we know what we know, it's all coming unglued. It's all coming unglued. And that's another reason why they're building AI centers, y'all. Don't think these AI centers are friendly to you and your family and your future, because they're not. They're not. And Trump loves them. He's bragging about them all the time. Securing rare earth minerals for them and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all. Come on.
Realizing I create happiness. If you have any questions, ask us about off-grid stuff. We'll be glad to talk to you about
How do you feel about conolidine as a natural pain reliever? Conolidine?
What is it?
Conolidine. Never heard of it.
I don't know that one.
Never heard of it.
Everyone's talking about the audio's crackly. A lot of people are.
Well, we are, using a cell phone to broadcast this video. Sometimes we don't have now today it's a little crackly audio, but the picture looks pretty good, right? So you just kind of hang in there, we'll probably try to have some closed captions on, but it should be okay. And if you don't hear something that we said, just ask again. We just went whitewater rafting yesterday in
Glenwood Springs,
Colorado. What a great time that was. The last time I went whitewater rafting in Colorado, I literally almost died. It was the craziest thing ever. If you want to know about that, ask in the comments and I'll elaborate a little more. We're on our way to the Redmond salt mine where I will be, we're meeting up with the university folks, university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com. And we'll be having a gay old time up there, 40 plus people, almost 50 people, a little over, a little under. And we'll be going through the Redmond salt mine. I'll also be asking them questions because I know a lot of you guys have been lied to about the lead content in Redmond salt. Totally bogus news stories, fake news.
Yeah, we'll have a video all about Redmond and the mine and everything.
And that'll be very good. So even if you guys didn't make it, oh, and we do have a meetup. It's August 9th at 3 p.m. at the Monroe Valley RV Park in the Big Red Barn. So if you can make it to there,
Utah.
We hope to see you in Utah.
Yeah, anybody is invited who, if you're around the area,
Yeah.
want to come say hi with a bunch of people and us, we'd love to see you.
And we were planning on leaving there, going to Idaho, then over to California, and then down the coast, and then Arizona, and through the Four Corners, and trying to catch as many people as we can at meetups. Then we got pulled behind, because of the Airstream story. We got stuck in North Carolina for 3 weeks. So we're debating now if we can actually pull this off. So stay tuned. We're trying. Man, you even burned your pot holder thing.
No, that caught on fire before.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
I burned potatoes. I thought the stove was off.
All right.
So Susan, the iodine that I like is called Detoxidine by Global Healing. Detoxidine.
I'm pretty sure Redmond ships internationally. Go to this link that I'm dropping for you guys, offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Hit the shop tab. I'm leaving a direct link for you. Scroll down and get Redmond. And then once you buy it and get into the cart and everything, they'll let you know right off. Every time I try to type something, the AI wants to take over and it says, hey, you want to type more, professionally? Let AI do it. I don't want AI to do it. I want to do it.
Oh my gosh, no one's going to want to know how to spell or anything. So Twisted Peachtree Homestead wants to know, is a stock tank bad idea for your bath, for your health?
I wouldn't get into a galvanized tub myself personally, especially with hot water. But you got to do what you got to do. You see that stuff on YouTube a lot. You know what I mean? You guys just got to think like your skin is your largest organ. Like everything you put on is being sucked right into your body, your internals and everything. And all those stock tanks are now galvanized. As a matter of fact, ours actually turns like this red color on the inside. So yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend that. Maybe just go try to look on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist if that's still a thing, and try to find an old claw tub, and then you can put that outside. You know what I mean? Have a little drain, and then you could drain the water out when you do it and everything. That might be a good way to go.
Yeah, see, Bart says American Indians use bear grease. So all these like coconut oil, tallows, duck fat, ghee, they all have some type of sunscreen in them. So, yep. So Deborah says, I stopped wearing sunglasses thanks to last year, and my early cataract went away. I believe the sunlight and using castor oil on my eyelids did it. Thank you.
All right. I don't see my moderator tonight. Old silly rabbit.
He's here.
Oh, is he here?
I saw him, yeah.
Well, we got to get these comments buttoned up, buddy.
And then Jay Allen says, hearing now, regular toothbrushes have tons of microplastics. What kind of toothbrushes do you use? Yeah,
everybody hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, you can find, the bamboo brushes. You can get natural bristles, or bristles that aren't made with plastic. You can go online. You can buy them in boxes. You can get a lot of them. And if not, go to like a natural, a health food store or natural grocery stores, anything like that. They usually have, toothbrushes that'll work. Yes. Latanya, I'm with you, girl. So she says she used baby oil and iodine back in the day. We would get baby oil, Johnson's baby oil, and then you buy a little iodine at the drugstore and you put it all in there because you put it on you because it would give you a tan. That's what we did. I mean, every single day.
Because of peer pressure, and that's what everybody else did. See how they get you guys tricked up? And grounding is very important, y'all. Take your shoes off, get out of those shoes, and put your feet in the dirt, on the sand, in the water, anything like that. Grounding is very good. We are electrical beings, and you're pinning up this electricity and you're not letting it get out of your body, and that's another cause of sickness.
Yeah, that's a good one for cats and a vulture. If anybody is keeping up with Elton John, he says started wearing sunglasses because of his Buddy Holly. He thought he looked cool. He said his eyesight is all but gone right now at this point.
This is an empty drink. It's just a glass.
Yeah, I need a stand.
She doesn't have anything in there. We don't put our drinks by our water. We don't put our cell phones. We don't carry them. They stay away from us. Actually, I got the...
Yeah, we have these. Did we show you guys last week?
No, we didn't show them.
I think we did.
No, I don't think we did.
Faraday.
But this is the Faraday bag, so we're keeping our cell phones in this now. It blocks all the radiation, the non-native EMFs. And so every hour on the hour, I might whip my phone out and check and see if I got any messages or anything. But that's what we're doing right now, is keeping our phones inside these Faraday bags.
Unless we're using it for something like this.
And I started talking to my buddy, or actually my son's buddy, who actually, works at the Pentagon, does work for them, contracts for the government. He's a big IT guy, and the stuff he told me was off the chain about how they're snooping on you and adding things to your phone and everything on updates and all this other kind of stuff, and then hearing stories about how they actually track people with their phones. So if they want to grab you or do you some harm, they know exactly where you're going to be because you develop these life patterns. So we're trying to break all that life pattern stuff, right? And then keep our phones, seriously, like, we grew up in the time where you had an answering machine, so you'd go out and do all your stuff all day or whatever it is you're doing. You'd come home and just see who called you. Like, all of a sudden now we have to have our phones on us 24/7 for instant access. It's not healthy mentally, and it's definitely not healthy for your body. So maybe just leave your phone at home. Try to train, if you have young kids, train them in not to be dragging the phone around all the time, because they're literally trying to make it part of your body. And that's a whole nother video for another time.
And Donna says they're having a conversation. She says, Barb, if you eat grapes like you suggest, be sure that they have seeds. So let's talk about that, because from convenience, people don't like seeds because you have to take them out of, your watermelons and different things like that, oranges, lemons, all that. So in her comment, she says, seedless grapes, oranges, lemons, watermelons, etc. are the way, because these fruits have been treated with antibiotics, and it sterilizes them so they're not able to reproduce, so they're not going to have seeds, just like they're trying to do to us. So look at that. When you go into the store and you look at a watermelon, you pick it up and you take it home and it doesn't have any seeds in it, you're eating a sterilized fruit. So always look for the seeds. Make sure you're getting your lemons when you're doing lemons. Make sure, because when they say seedless, stay as far away from seedless things as you can. So that's my public service announcement tonight. Thank you, Donna.
The Faraday bag that we use is the Faraday bag. Just that simple.
Oh, Collector Rick's honeybees caught swarm number 3, 6 colonies strong in Amherst, Ohio. Congratulations.
Can you use non-ripened or non-mature apples for your ACV making?
When they're really, I've done that before. They're not, the thing is they need to be kind of sweet, because that's what's going to eat up. They kind of like hang out. You can do it, and I had to let it ferment a lot longer. If you did that, then I would probably add, maybe a little more sugar into it. So if you did a gallon, you might want to do, a cup and a half of sugar. You could even almost do 2 cups probably. I will say that the apple cider vinegar that I did with green apples turned out, but the flavor wasn't as great as my other ones. But it'll work if you're adding sugar to it. But
make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, okay? It helps us get the video out to people that don't know we're live, because people get busy during the day or they get sidetracked, and that'll help them get a notification saying that we're live. The more thumbs up and the more comments you guys are leaving, the better interaction on the videos. That's called analytics, and that's when YouTube will really start putting it out. So it's important that you guys do this stuff on these live shows, because YouTube treats live shows a little different than regular videos. And if you don't like and share and talk and all this kind of stuff, they kind of stuff it away. And some of the stuff we talk about on the live shows is very good information. Well, all of our videos I feel are very good information, but definitely these. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. It's totally free, and it really helps us out.
And Shelley made a good point. She said, fear will kill you and tomorrow isn't promised. It's true.
That's right. That's why
God
you
is
live
control.
every day for today.
And it's a present.
It's
you know,
in the
live
present.
in the present. It's
That's
true.
right.
If you, that's the whole thing. A lot of this is mindset. Like, you know, people who worry all the time and are scared, it just puts you in a whole different frequency. We talk about, you know, they changed the music frequency. It used to be 432, 440 now, to make everybody kind of like, ugh. So it's the same thing. Fear is not a good frequency to be on. We all need to change the channel and get into that mind frame as you're living today. You know, God wants the best for you. You live the life. You deserve to have a good life, and just know that in your heart. And that's how you need to live.
You do know that in your heart. That's why you crave it.
Yeah, and you just need to.
But you're being snuffed out.
Right, and you need to do it. You know, think that, because your mind is a powerful thing, and what you think is going to be, you know, what's going to happen to you. If you always are worried and things happen to you all the time, oh, this happens to me all the time, I always have bad luck. Well, you keep saying all that stuff, it's going to be like that.
You're creating that
frequency.
frequency.
You have to kind of change. Yeah, you need to.
And just don't be confused like with the videos that I put out. I'm not living in fear. You guys can obviously see if you're watching our posts on YouTube and on X and stuff. I'm not living in fear, but what I am trying to do is get the information out so you guys can see what a bamboozle we're in, okay? All this stuff is a bamboozle. Now, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and I remember Trump looking at little girls for their beauty pageants, right? There are some stories out there about all this stuff that's been going on for years and years and years in the 90s and stuff. Now, 60 Minutes, I'm going to do a video again following up with the last one talking about this stuff, but 60 Minutes did a whole thing about the modeling industry, and it's just a bunch of perverts and weirdos and sickos who want to see little girls, okay, and boys, you know, naked or near naked, and then take advantage of them, right? And that's just the way that it is, and they've done stories about Trump and all these other people for years, but I know everyone has the Trump derangement syndrome, even on the other side where Orange Man is bad, but it's also on the other side where the Trump train can make no wrong turns. But you guys have to know that he was put in place on purpose. That's one of the reasons for my last video, right? The Zionists are out there doing their thing in your face. We have dual citizenship people running our country. Go look this stuff up. I'm going to do another video about that too. Dual citizenship. What does the Bible even say? You cannot serve two masters. And I put up a short today with Nixon, right? Nixon said, man, I was making friends with the Egyptians, and then boom, Watergate happens. And if you watch some of the Nixon stuff from the Nixon library, he talks about Watergate, what a scam it was. And it was all just TV hype and nonsense, okay? But we have to dig down to the truth of these matters, because we were sold a bad bill of goods and we bought it. But now we have the information at our fingertips. You have to unlearn all that stuff they programmed into you and then move forward from there. But just don't, like I said, don't get confused. None of this stuff is fear mongering. This is just trying to bring awareness so you can act accordingly.
So Lynn asks, how do we avoid microplastics in our food? What should I look for when I go to the grocery store? Well, number one, Lynn, if you can, you know, you got always do the best you can. But if you have a choice between a couple different grocery stores, you know, there's better ones than others. Like if you have two major chains in your area and you go inside and kind of walk around, you can see sometimes a difference. So getting produce that is not wrapped in plastic is good. You know, like if they have an organic aisle, go and get that, and then you can put them in. You can bring your own little bags and put your stuff in there. Or if you put them in the bag, bring them home, and then you can take them out. That way, look for things in glass jars. There's many things that are in glass now, so you can switch maybe a product and get it in glass. And just like if you have to get water, a lot of times people do get the you know, the 5-gallon jugs of water. You can do that. You can get those 5-gallon jugs also. You can get those in glass, where you can put them on a cooler. I have a glass one here with us right now. You want to show that to them? Can you grab that real quick?
What is it?
My glass bottle. I think it's empty, isn't it? Or does it have water in it? The glass 3-gallon one. Is there water in that? Oh,
You
yeah,
lost
there's
me.
water.
Your bubbly water?
Yeah, there's lots of water, isn't it?
Your spelly?
Yeah, there's water. Yeah, don't take it off. I think there's water. I have.
You're talking about this?
Yes. I have a 3-gallon, you know, like they flip upside down, a jug of water that we use like in a dispenser. So you could get something like that. If we go out, we do try to find water in glass bottles, and a lot of places do have that. But just trying at home, you know, right now, if you go to Target or Walmart or any of those places, a lot of the stores, they have those glass containers now with the lids that snap on that you can store your things in the refrigerator with. Don't cook in plastic. Don't use like utensils and things that are plastic. Anything that it comes in contact with heat, that is so important. Like any of these non-stick coatings are all not good because they will, you know, emit from when they get heated up these toxic forever chemicals too. So we want to stay from that. Like eat, you know, if you have like glassware, stoneware, cast iron, enameled cast iron, stainless steel, all those are better choices when you're cooking. And just try, and actually, you know, even like if you have a knife, look at your knife.
Here it is right here.
Ceramic knife.
See, we keep our stuff in glass. Even when we're traveling, we're drinking purified water that's been filtered and purified, and then we are having glass.
So like when we go, I'll go and fill up my jug. We'll go to some place if we need to, and we had a really good filter on the RV that would do everything we wanted to do, but it kind of got messed up. So this is what we're doing right now, so we can get that all fixed and repaired. So if I need to go somewhere and get reverse osmosis, if we go to a health food store, they have a lot of them that have been processed even more. And then I just structure it here, and then I'll add minerals to it. Because once it's reverse osmosis, sometimes they add the ultraviolet light and all that. I'm going to need to structure it and then add my minerals back.
So someone asked if they could have a super chat here, because you know, a lot of people do super chats where you guys can make a donation and have your chat read, or you know, something like that on here. YouTube's bothering me all the time about this. Stacy and I will never ask you for money. If you want to support what we're doing, just watch our videos, even our old videos. We've been doing this stuff for over a decade, and there's so much information that we have put out there for you guys. If you just want to know about off-grid or about homesteading or growing food, we have all those videos A to Z. And then, you know, you can also purchase things from our store. We have medicinal teas. We have 100% beeswax candles that we pour ourselves and make for you with 100% cotton, no scents and fragrances and nonsense that are actually going to make you sick. We have those, and we have copper cups and 100% copper, no added fillers or preservatives and stuff like that, okay? And I'll leave a link here to that if you guys want to get that. Now, please understand that Stacy and I are not at home, so we will not be fulfilling the orders until about the 15th or a little bit after. As soon as we get home, the orders will start going out of the door. If you purchase something in the last like 4 days or something, we're not going to be sending anything out till we get home. So please be patient with us, and we'll get it out to you ASAP. But if you'd like to get some of that stuff and then have, you know, be one of the first people to get it when we get home, then you can use our link and get it there, offgridwithdougandstacy.com, and hit the shop tab. It also has affiliate links that will help you guys, you know, navigate to Dr. Cowan or Dr. Jones. We hang out with doctors, and all their information is very good and good for you. They also have very good products that you can pick up for yourself or learn about herbal stuff, and they all have discounts, and we work with everyone so we can save you money. As a matter of fact, next week, make sure you tune in. We'll be talking about Dr. Cowan and his program that he has. What's it called?
The New Biology Clinic.
The New Biology Clinic. If you want to get some inquiries about that, seems like a lot of people asked last time we mentioned it. And if you do it, you know, sign up for it now. You can actually use the code OFFGRID when you check out. But we'll have a link for you guys and everything. It's the New Biology Clinic with Dr. Cowan, and it's off the chain.
Because there's a lot of people that I'm noticing that are having a lot of issues, and there's a lot of these issues that are chronic issues that, you know, some of them might be getting worse. Sometimes you're getting more symptoms, things are happening, and it didn't take you a day or two to get them. So through education and getting the right treatment, and not going to somebody who is going to just give you a pill to cover up a symptom that you're having and not getting to the root cause, the New Biology Clinic can help you get to that, you know, because you're going to have doctors that have a holistic and integrated mindset that can take you on the right path to heal yourself, because your body wants to heal yourself, where you can get off medicines and you can heal yourself and feel good again. So we'll talk about that a little bit more next week, because you're going to start seeing a lot of people rebelling against this, starting other groups and areas. And I know you guys are in the mindset that, you know, You want to heal yourself. You want to take care of yourself. You want to be a free, sovereign being, and just be able to take care of yourself and your family. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more next week, because I think it's a really cool thing.
She says, I have stage 3 uterine cancer. What medicinal tea would you recommend?
I would also, I would also possibly get into the new biology clinic so you can learn more about that. But you can look into, just do some research, okay? I'm not, remember, we're not doctors or anything, but just do some research into SEAC, ESSIAC, SEAC, and see what you find out. Remember, keep looking.
Dandelion? What about that root?
Dandelion's going to help with, any of these herbal teas are going to be good, because you want to help detoxify. But dandelion's good for your kidneys, dandelion leaf and root. There's a lot of good medicinal type teas. But
Nathan, if you believe Q,
Nathan,
if you believe in Q, you're totally bought into the lie. Q is a total distraction. Okay? And I've watched it. I watch people post about it, and it's all nonsense. It's just to keep you sitting there waiting for, Trump to save you. Okay? He's not going to save you. He's in. The Zionists bailed him out when he was broke. Okay? He's been running the sex game with Epstein and all these people, Mossad people, and all these other people, these high up people that you've had shoved in your face your whole life. Please do not believe the lies.
Cindy, the numbing plant for your gums is called the toothache plant.
Yeah.
It's very cute, like decorative, and like if you had it in a pot, it just looks like a cute little annual that you'd plant on your back patio. Franco Pinion, I like 100% pure pine gum turpentine.
Q is the boomers. God, slop. It's so crazy out there right now, right? They just got you paralyzed. It's total information being bombed on you all the time about all the lies. Elon Musk, his grandfather was totally into techno tyranny. They're ushering it in right in front of your face with all their AI data centers and their Genius Act. All this stuff is just, it's geared to imprison you. And that's it. And they use Trump to bring it in. The fake shot in the ear, totally 100% fake. I can't believe anything the guy says. Everything he says is nonsense. And if you look at his past history with the girls and stuff, it's in your face. And I bet you $1 million, not really. But I'm just telling you, I have a strong suspicion about his wife, Melania, right? Like, she was probably passed around and all that stuff, right? You guys, this is so deep and horrific. I'm just telling you. Like, you just can't even believe it, all right? The Zionists are the ones who snuffed out Kennedy because he was trying to dismantle, it's now called AIPAC, but he was trying to dismantle all that stuff and make them register as a foreign lobbyist. And they're not having that stuff.
So, Jay says, what's a good thing to take for being low on potassium? I keep having Charlie horses.
No, Sabrina, I don't delete videos, but I stand by what I said. Or questions.
For your potassium, one thing that's easy and to do is we talk about the Redmond salt. You can make a more concentrated version of the Redmond salt called Soleil. So let's say you had like a little pint jar, like a little jar. Do I have a jar? Here's a jar. So this has got some of my homemade salad dressing. And if you're not doing this, I'll switch over and come back to the potassium. But if you're not making homemade salad dressing, you all should be doing it, not eating the rancid oils that in soybean oil and canola oil, everything they put in grocery store salad dressings. Make your own. It's so easy. Getting extra virgin olive oil, 2 parts extra virgin olive oil, 1 part raw apple cider vinegar, and 1 part, this one has maple syrup in it, or you can do raw honey, either one. Okay, shake it up, and you have the most incredible salad dressing ever, and then you put that over your stuff, your salad, and it's incredible. But we'll go back to making the Soleil. So if I was going to make a concentrated, like salt water, this is a little over a pint, but you could put like 2 or 3 tablespoons of, like heaping tablespoons of salt in here, and then I'll fill it up with my filtered water. And in the morning, every morning, this is what Doug and I do. I have a glass of water. You can do a cup or 2, and I put a nice tablespoon maybe not a tablespoon, a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half of the Soleil in my water, and then that's what we drink. And I put lemon in it sometime too, at first thing in the morning. As well as, let's say we're sweating a lot, you know, I'll do a couple things. Grab the Relight. It's right there underneath the green bottle. Can you get it over there so I don't go over the corner? It's right underneath the little glass bottle under that Relight.
This is the Free Man Thinking channel, y'all. I know you don't like it.
Okay, so
Trump's your idol.
the other thing is we have Relight that we get from Redmond. So you can also go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com. So when we were sweating, when we were at home and it was like 100 degrees and the humidity was like 85 and just drenching, and when you're out and you're working out or you're working in the sun, the Relight is so incredible for putting in your water and helping replenish. And honestly, Jay, you might even want to get the Relight, because this might be easier and then you don't have to worry about making it, or you can do both. And then go ahead, because this also has calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, along with the 64 trace minerals that the body needs. And they're all in there, and that's what helps the body regulate. So that could be very helpful for that. As well as eating high potassium foods. Like every day, I love medjool dates. Dates are really loaded in all the minerals. Those are good. Blackstrap molasses is going to have all those minerals in that your body is craving. So a lot of times what I was doing, because when you are sweating so much, if you keep drinking water, you get waterlogged. So what I was doing is I'll show you again. I have everything right here. Where are you? Where are you? Here it is. So I'll do blackstrap molasses. So I'll just get a little spoonful and I'll just suck on it, and it tastes, I really like the way it tastes. And you're going to get a lot of minerals from this. This is incredible. Third boiling of molasses. So you can do blackstrap molasses. I would do, dried fruit, like especially dates and figs are really, really healthy to do that. As well as, having potassium is like your leafy greens are loaded in that. Herbs, parsley, cilantro, bok choy, romaine lettuce has good stuff in it too, as well as, like your Swiss chard. So things like that are going to be high in potassium as well. So do it through your diet. This is all food sources that I talked about. Or if you don't want to worry about doing so much, if you got some Relight, and you might even try it in the beginning, taking maybe a packet or two a day for a little bit and see how you start to feel. Because having a cramp at night is not good. And when you start having that, your body is getting dehydrated. So make sure you're doing good water. And then we're talking about water when you structure the water. And then if you're not sure about structuring, you can go to TMHW. You want to put that on there? TMHW.net. Tia Murphy Holistic Wellness. And she's got all the little structuring units. Like, I sound like a broken record.
So you guys don't even know about the structure water versus this garbage that they're sending through your pipes and into your house. Public water is not even fit for human consumption, right? But we don't know any of this stuff because we just do what they did, and now we're in this big trap. But once you start trying to educate yourself and break free, and then you might understand that, the Zionists were working with Hitler, moving Jews out of the area, and that they were boycotting all German-made goods. It was a big thing, right? And then you start seeing that they even had a stronghold here in America on our politics, and in 1933, they were marching in the streets. I could go on and on and on, but we were sold this bad bill of goods. And did people die? Sure. People died. And are people evil? Sure. People have power over you. They become evil, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, but there was no ethnic cleansing or people just being hauled away and put in these camps. These people were being transferred. It was called the transfer agreement. And the only reason why you know about Israel is because of the Balfour Agreement, which was between the British Crown, the Rothschilds, and the Zionists. So do your homework, look this stuff up, don't hate the messenger, and get some Relight.
Wow, you know what Randall said? He says, thank you for the chocolate tea, mullein tea, and the dandelion tea because my COPD is gone.
That's good.
Lungs are
We love
clear,
it.
and I was in kidney failure, and now my kidney function is normal, and my AIC. Well, did you do something else, Randall? That's awesome. Let me know, did you change anything else? And then Paul says, castor oil isn't called the palm of Christ Jesus for nothing. Yeah, castor oil is pretty cool.
We eat red meat almost every day. Almost every single day.
And then Lynn, yeah, magnesium glycinate is good. Yes.
One last time, it's called the transfer agreement. Get you some. There are some lies in here. You know, there is some stuff in here that really isn't on point. But this guy who wrote this book, Edwin Black, his parents were totally ticked when he wrote it. And there's videos, if you look them up on YouTube, you can find videos about him talking about it. And there's another book, kind of like what we're going through now. Hang on. You guys, this stuff is information, and information is powerful. IBM, right? Oh boy, who had a... It's always the techno stuff, right? Another good read is The Crowd. Okay, this is another really good book to read, all right? You guys, get your mind out of the public school system and out of movies and TV, okay? It will do you good, I promise.
So, Chloe Bear wants to know, what was the name of the stuff that the Mennonite person, they were Amish, took that helped repair his injuries from the bad car accident? It's Dr. Christopher Bone and Tissue Formula. So there's a salve, and then there's also capsules. I would definitely do the capsules.
They weren't concentration camps, they were work camps, okay? And they were being processed and moved to Palestine. Those are just facts.
Maggie says, my family gets mad because I never have my phone on me, but then I need my readers. That's funny. I know, I'm trying to, it's very freeing not to have your phone around.
New Old Homestead, Israel is a people, not a place. Okay? So bless it, don't bless it. It also says in your Bible that it's the synagogue of Satan. They say they are who they are, but they're not. So you gotta, take into account, and plus he scattered them all over the place. And you can find videos on YouTube of Hasidic Jews talking about the Zionists and why they're always creating war, why they're always causing all this problem, why they're demanding this homeland, and they shouldn't be. And you can find those videos right out of their own mouth with their curly locks and the whole nine.
Oh, Steve. Steve Cannon says, if you're in Idaho Springs, be sure to stop and look at my statue of Steve Cannon. Was that there right in the square? We did. I saw it. I walk Molly all the time.
Who's Steve Cannon? What is
that?
It was. Is that the miner dude?
It was in in front of the Argo, the mine there, wasn't it? Let us know if it was. Oh, cool! He made that.
Sabrina, just move on. You know what I'm saying? Just move on. That's all. Just move on then. What do y'all use for shampoo? How about urine? Have you ever heard of that?
Actually, if you guys are losing your hair, urine is really good for that. If you do your first, you can do research on this, and there's lots of people that can talk about it. This is a centuries and century old thing that you can use urine therapy. Dr. Group from Global Healing, you can find more information on that. But you can find more stuff. You can find some YouTube videos on it. There's some, like from the country of India, there's a lot of people have been practicing a lot of this, because basically your own stem cells, everything, like when you're in the mother's womb, you're swimming in urine. Your body gives you the antidote to everything. So urine is very, very powerful, and it can heal a lot of things. I know a lot of people who have had health ailments that will start going through urine therapy, and they can reverse a lot of these things. A lot of this stuff, they've made it sound like it's, ooh, gross, that's bad, because they know you have the power within you, So do some therapy or do some research on urine therapy. But I can tell you a lot of people who, that's what they use to wash their hair is urine. A lot of people have had help with their hair grow back, or their hair gets better. Don't think ooh and poo-poo it. Like, look into it. We're just talking to you about stuff. Don't say we're making you go do it or anything, but go research some of this stuff, and then find out about urine therapy, because it's pretty neat.
So the mullein tea that we have at our link, offgoodwithdouganstacy.com, on the shop tab, or the link that I'm leaving for you guys for direct access, is our mullein tea. It's very good for that. It's been proven, known, and everything. We have personal testimony right here in our own comment section for that. It's wild crafted, hand picked, and we have it for you guys available anytime you want to get some.
And let's keep talking about urine. So the other thing, urine is also, and I mean, try it, you guys. It's pretty cool. It's really good for your skin.
Can we put a disclaimer in here?
What?
The urine that we're talking about, though, is not when you're eating processed food and drinking energy drinks. You know what I mean? Like, try to clean up your diet and stuff, and the better you do that, the more powerful your urine will become.
But you could still do it with that. You can still do it. But that's true, of course. But like if you did like your first morning urine and had a cotton ball, and then you just, you know, did it on your face, you know, all over, you could put it on your skin and you just let it dry, because it will not smell like urine. It does go away. It's just when it gets on clothes or something, it's going to smell like pee. But once it gets on your skin, it just dries, and your skin, you're going to look like you were at the beach or something. It's really, really very powerful. So
it's
do
good
your
for your
research.
garden. Good for your garden too.
Do your research on it.
You guys can actually pee into a bucket, dilute it with a little bit of water, and pour it in your garden for your plants. And if you're growing sweet corn or something like that, you can actually, you know, just pee right on the stuff. It's just very good. You can also put chicken manure right on corn. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, because it's very high in nitrogen. But any other thing, you'll want to let chicken manure cool out. Well, we've done videos on peeing in your garden and using that. We also poop in buckets and then turn that into compost and put that in our garden. We've just been sold this bad bill of goods so they can have total control over your everyday life. And those are just the simple facts. Dog pee, I really wouldn't use. They're not made the same way. Like, you know, it's not the same as a bar pee.
Urine, but not for what? For your skin?
Dogs or dog poop. You know, I wouldn't use any of that in my garden or anything like that.
Oh, Kathy says she loves the teas and the candles. Savannah says the copper cups and candles and teas are great.
No, our animals that we eat weren't in fear. We rub them and talk to them, and then I slit their throat right there on the spot, so they never even feel it. We don't shoot them in the head or anything else, okay? And if you're a vegan, I see you writing your little comments there. That's a little bit more of some psyops to make you sickly.
You know what? I'll just say something. If you really look into it, plants, when they put like
you kill a plant when you eat it.
And plants have feelings too. Water.
You tell them, Stacy.
No, it's
That's
true.
right. You're right. You nailed it.
True.
You nailed it. Ooh, just squashed it. Boom.
You know, there's a lot. There's a lot of research on the plants, and when they put the little nodes and things on them, like here's the thing.
That's why you sing to them and play music for them.
And then there's a book called this, and someone sent it to me. Thank you. I can't remember who it was. It's called The Secret Life of Plants. So if you are a vegan, I would love you to read this book. It's just amazing because they tested, like, when, let's say you had a plant in your house and you're watering the plant, or plants outside or in your garden, and you go by and you're watering the plant, or, you know, people talked about talking to your plant when you're there and around. They know when you come there, they know when you come by, they know if someone's going to chop them down, they get scared. They know these things. So that's why when you look at a lot of herbalists, you know, they'll tell you, don't just go and chop all the plants down. You know, you need to leave some so they can continue to grow and to be prolific. And so, you know, look at that when you're gardening. You don't want to just take it all. Leave some. Let it go for the other bees and the other bugs and things. So plants have feelings too. You know, you want to take care of your plants just like you take care of your animals. I mean, and look into that. So, but it's called The Secret Life of Plants, a book.
Where's my cord from?
I don't know.
Uh-oh, we're going to lose you guys.
We might lose you guys. He can't find his cord.
I'm trying to get some power up here, but I don't know what I did with my cord. It was in this bag. I usually keep it right here.
Well, we're talking. If we lose you, you know why. So he's looking. But Sissy says, do you dehydrate food? I'm dehydrating zucchini right now for zucchini chips. Sissy, it's great. It's a great way to get your food. Like if you have a lot of cherry tomatoes, you can do sun-dried tomatoes. That's real easy to do. All different herbs are good. There's so many different things that you can do.
Oh, actually, it's my computer, so it's not that big a deal. But I found it. Dang, y'all. I know when you come here, sometimes you're going to hear stuff out of the fray, right? Like this is going to be stuff maybe you never heard before, or you think is crazy because you're programmed on the matrix and your mind cannot accept anything outside of the matrix and what you've been told. So when you hear stuff like this, it rattles you. All right.
So Sheila says her doc helped her get off lisinopril for her blood pressure. It gave me tinnitus. I'm taking magnesium and doing great. Good for you, Sheila. See?
You can second guess us all you want, Derek. Knock yourself out, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not here for you to agree with us 100%. If you're around people like that, then you're around the wrong people. Agree, don't agree, second guess, challenge, actually go do some homework and get back to me. That's what we like. This is the Free Man Thinking channel here, and woman. And that's what we do. And we've been doing it for over 16 years, and it has done us very well. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have an awesome farm. Why wouldn't we?
What?
Somebody says, do y'all still have an awesome farm? Yeah.
Yeah.
We have actually awesome people taking care of our awesome farm, so we can get out here and go to the Redmond mine and do things with you guys and travel around and have meetups, speak at conferences.
Yes, and Miriam also says coconut water is a great hydrator. It is. Coconut water has lots of wonderful electrolytes in it too. So that's another option. If you like coconut water, that is a great thing to do. Let's say you don't want to do the salt or anything. It's a great hydrator.
Derek,
Great electrolyte replacement.
you probably have done more homework than I think you have. I don't even know who you are. That's all. I was just saying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't question what you've done homework on. See, you like to be a, fighter or some agitator or something. You know what I mean? I'm just reading your comment.
So Lonnie says, is blackstrap molasses the same as the one from the grocery store? It needs to say, I don't know, not all grocery stores carry blackstrap molasses. A lot of them do. I shouldn't say that. A lot of them do. You just have to look at it. It'll say blackstrap molasses. And it may not be that brand, but blackstrap molasses is the third boiling. If it just says molasses, it's not blackstrap molasses. So, but if you can only find regular molasses, it's still going to have some minerals in it, but not as much as the blackstrap.
Show your proof that Q is not real. Post it, please. Show your proof that Q is real besides their little crazy posts they put up all the time with their little hidden messages and numbers and things that you think they're doing, but they're not, because there's no one been arrested. Where's all the arrests at? They keep talking about arrests. I've been watching that Q stuff for like the last, 3 years or something? And nothing is getting done. Nothing. Okay? Elon Musk's mom was trafficking children. The U.S. government is the largest trafficker of children. They get on there now and they tell you right to your face that these are facts and no one even cares. Got it?
So, David wants to know, do I refrigerate my salad dressing? So, I have a couple answers on that, David. This is an oil, the olive oil, and it does get hard in the refrigerator. They put emulsifiers and things like that, the ones that you get in the grocery store, so that won't happen. But you're going to get all that other junk. So what you do, if you had a very cool house, you could just leave this out in the pantry. Or you could put it in the refrigerator in the door, and then it's another extra step. You have to take it out and let it kind of unclunk, because you're going to have the one part at the top where you have the oil is going to get kind of hard. Like for me, we don't have air conditioning, so I'll put mine in the door of my refrigerator or put it down root cellar someplace cool, because I don't want my oil to get rancid. So you could, do however you do it. But if you have a cool house, you could keep it in your house and it'll be fine.
Mullen tea is out of stock. Hold on, let me check that for you because it shouldn't be. I'll check that right now. We do not have Mullen tea out of stock. Products. Stand by. I'll tell you right now, Mullen tea, while crafted, it will be in stock right now, y'all. Sorry about that.
So Blue Eye says, an Amish guy told me.
There you go. So it's back in stock just like that. My apologies. To
take blackstrap molasses for tennis elbow, it worked well. Just know a lot of these issues a lot of people are having is from lack of the proper minerals. So with the things that we're eating that have chemicals, toxins that we're breathing, life, everything is depleting and pulling from our minerals. So we need so much more, especially like the processed food that people are eating, fried foods, seed oils, all that is like pulling from you. If you eat a lot of sweets, sugar type foods, it's going to pull more and more. If you're stressed, everyone is stressed, it's going to suck more and more and more from you. So minerals are so important, and if you start adding these mineral rich foods like I was talking about, like the medjool dates or figs, the blackstrap molasses, adding the minerals back into your diet, it's so powerful what it can start doing. Getting out in the sun, those couple things could really start making you feel better. So, and they're simple. I mean, it's food, and our bodies are just starving. You know, why we have, you know, aches or pains, or we don't have any energy, or this is happening to us, that is happening to us. All these things could get alleviated by just simple, you know, adding the minerals back.
And I wouldn't order my mullein tea or any medicinal teas off of Amazon. I don't think so. But Stacy and I, we go through great lengths to make sure you guys are getting very high quality products.
I will say, you have to be careful. Like a lot of these, let a lot of these cool products that people buy, and maybe you look and they're a little cheaper, even supplements and things, and you get them on Amazon, and let's say you don't go to the actual company. A lot of times they are capsules and things off of Amazon. They are not making them, maybe changing the formula, and it's not the original formula, so it's not quite as good.
Or it's not even organic.
Yeah, so you have to be careful. That's why if I'm going to order something, I go directly and order right from the company, because then you know you're going to be getting
like Doug and Stacy.
Or just anybody, you know, anybody that you like.
Is there anything you can do about the itching on your back? Yeah, Ed, you could get one of these. That's a back scratcher I picked up. Where was that at?
Oh, when we were
in North Carolina, I picked that up. Man, is that a back scratcher or what? I told Stacy when I got this, you're fired.
That's fine.
This is the bomb. But I don't know. You might have dry skin or something. So your diet has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and also, you know, making sure you're getting your omega-3 fatty acids. You like sardines. That's really helpful. Making sure that you're getting, if you like the fish, trout, some salmon, some omega-3, fish oil.
Thanks, here we are. I mean, that's really all we're trying to do. You know, we're just trying to use our platform and trying to inform everybody. You know, you got to break free of all this nonsense. The TVs are liars. The news stations are liars. They're all controlled by Zionists. Even YouTube is controlled by them. So, you know, that's why sometimes I'm amazed that we can say some of the stuff we say. But if you guys go back to my old videos, I literally said right to you guys that I think we're at the time now where they're just going to let it all go. Like, listen to all the stuff you guys have heard for the last, 2 years. And what a lie COVID was, and how they've been coming out with that, and all the people that died suddenly. I just saw today, a tennis player that was pretty well known at one of the big colleges or something died, and she was a big advocate of getting the jab and booster shots and stuff, right? But now they're letting all that stuff fly. But when we were talking about it during COVID, they would shut you off, they would demonetize you, they would deplatform you, they would run you out of town. Doctors lost their practices. You know, that's another reason why we like Dr. Tom Cowan, is because he actually saw all that happening, and that's why they came up with
New Biology
Clinic. And so if you go there and use our coupon code OFFGRID, it will save you some money, and then you can sign up for that. But they started that because they saw how they were super choking down and controlling the narrative about this lie and this bioweapon that they put in a lot of Americans' arms and bodies. And now they're trying to do it to your food, and they're spraying you in the air, and then they're talking about Fruit Loops. And then even on the Fruit Loops, you got to wait 2-3 years for it. It's all nonsense. And if they wanted to make America healthy again, one of the first things they could do was take the commercials off of the television. I grew up, I never watched a pharmaceutical television commercial in my life until I think it was Obama who let that stuff go to where they could propagandize you on the television with your big pharma medicines.
And then,
thanks, Kim. I appreciate that.
Go and get the design.
Kim joined the university. She's been there 2 years, and she's really enjoying it and has learned a ton. University.offgridwithdougandstacy.com. What is it you want?
Dissolve it all.
Oh,
so
man.
Linda asked, will Dr. Christopher's help dissolve bone spurs? So, I'll show you.
Where is it at?
It's in my bag that's like the skin is to the left. The animal skin.
To the left.
So, what's really good, like Doug had that huge thing on his finger, and this is what he used. And
Y'all, do you guys remember that? Remember I told you that thing was going to be gone? It's gone. Some castor oil, some Dissolve It All internally, and some DMSO. And I really wasn't that good at putting the DMSO on, so the Dissolve It All and the castor oil literally took that off. That bump was that high. You want to see a picture of it when it started oozing out?
no,
Hey, man, yeah, they do. They want to see it all. This is full disclosure television.
Well, I'm going to tell
here.
you. Let me finish this, Linda. So the Dissolve It All is they're systemic enzymes, and they kind of work through the blood.
Hold on, let me show her. Y'all can see that right there for yourself.
You can go to TMHW.
TMHW.net. TMHW.net.
TM Murphy Holistic Wellness or TMHW.net, and you can go and look at the shop area, and then it'll say Dissolve It All.
Oh, I got a video. There's video of that stuff coming out of my finger, y'all. It's like scar tissue. I did that just so you guys could see it. Look at that. That thing was so large, and then I started doing all that stuff, and it just started forcing it out of my skin. So if you have scar tissue anywhere on your body, maybe you had a C-section, or maybe you had some stitches a long time ago, that's me right there. I'm pretty talented. I was squeezing that with my own hands and wiping it off. See that? That's what happened after I started getting serious about it, taking my DMSO and stuff.
Well, you're Dissolve It All.
Yeah, Dissolve It All. I only used the DMSO a couple times, and then I forgot about it, and then, I was really serious about the castor oil and the Dissolve It All.
But you can go, even if you want to learn more, Matt Blackburn, go to Dissolve It All. You could look up and find all the information about it and read and learn about it. It's pretty cool stuff.
No, we just don't tell you this stuff, just like do it. Like we use this stuff, we live this stuff. We're very serious about this stuff. I don't just blab my chops about those things that we talked about earlier. These are all things we've investigated and looked at with an open mind, because your mind is like a parachute. If it's not open, it won't work.
Oh, Jax, was that you that gave us the eggs? They were good, thank you. It was Jax from Boone.
You can definitely, your body is meant to heal itself, y'all. If you remember, there used to be one doctor for the whole town, and he even worked on the animals. Now there's a whole town of doctors for one person, and then they have to send you to the vet. This is all a Rockefeller scam. Go look it up. He captured the medical industry back in the day, outlawed all of grandma's recipes, okay? Made them quacks and witches and all this kind of other nonsense, and then started shoving pharmaceuticals made with petroleum down your neck. And all that's happened is America has gotten sicker and sicker and sicker. And they captured the schools because they said, we don't want thinkers, we want workers. This is all fact. You cannot, this is fact. Go look this stuff up. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and also if you know these people's names, like Rothschilds and Rockefellers and Bill Gates, these are not the top people if you know their name. Okay, the shadows are very dark, so you don't know the real string pullers' names. Okay, and then that video that I did the other day in 1995, the Prime Minister of Israel was all having a big peace deal with Palestine. There was thousands of people in this auditorium, man. They were all fired up, and then they sent in the murderer, and he killed them right there on the spot. And Bibi was to blame for that stuff. They all blamed Bibi. The Prime Minister's wife blamed Bibi. They were boycotting Bibi before the pandemic hit. The pandemic, don't you guys? If you go back and look this stuff, they were in the streets in all these countries. They were demanding change. They're sick of all the nonsense, and then boom, they hit them with the pandemic, and that shut everybody up. Stacy, do you know of solutions for scalp psoriasis? Psoriasis.
For psoriasis?
Yeah.
Should we say it again? Look into urine therapy.
Yeah.
Seriously. And then Also, like I do a apple cider vinegar rinse on my hair. Apple cider vinegar is just amazing as well. With a little rosemary, if you have some rosemary essential oil, make sure you're getting a good quality essential oil. Actually, in university, Tia, last week we did a whole thing on essential
Yeah,
oils.
it was really good.
And then this week in the university, we're going to do a whole Q&A on essential oils and structured water and all that in the university this coming Wednesday as well. But, you know, just look into like doing, you know, look into urine therapy, and also look into, like I was saying, the apple cider vinegar. Like if I do a rinse, let's say I had a bottle of this, I'd put, you know, a little bit of the apple cider vinegar, maybe about 8 drops of rosemary essential oil, and then put some filtered water in there, and then I'll just pour it on there, and I would massage my scalp really well, and let it set, and then let it rinse out, and see if that helps.
Rachel, if you have leg cramps, you're low on your magnesium. People are chronically depleted of magnesium because it's not in your food hardly anymore, because you know you're eating this processed food and grown with chemicals, and we're supposed to get all that stuff from our food, so you might want to look into taking some magnesium.
So I really,
what happened to my finger was I got these 2 fingers caught in the log splitter. I got some stitches on here, and after a while, like everything was fine, but then I started forming that bump because the scar tissue was building up. Okay, so that's what happened there. So if you have scar tissue, dissolve it all is where it's at. Go ahead.
and I also like, well, it can help a lot of other things
Sure.
too. So I also like the Bi Optimizers magnesium. They have a lot of different magnesium products that you can take that are helpful. So look into the Bi Optimizer as well. It's BI Optimizer, OPT TIMIZERS. Bi Optimizers magnesium, because they have there's 7 or 8 different types of magnesium, and they all work really well together, and they're very absorbable. They have them in powders, you can take them in capsules, so you can look into that as well. But everyone's low in magnesium. So.
The Mullen tea is in stock, y'all, so if you want to get some, order it now, but please remember that Stacy and I are out of town, so until we get home, like the 14th, 15th, then we'll start shipping out orders immediately, so hang in there. But get it now so you got it before it's gone. And the chocolate tea is good. It's rich in theobromines. Chocolate mint tea is very good. The hibiscus orange tea is really good cold. It has a lot of good stuff in it to help rehydrate you. A lot of the Amish are getting that from us. The Mullen tea is good for your breathing.
Well, the hibiscus is good. A lot of people have a lot of help with it for their blood pressure, for their blood vessels, for their heart. It's red, so it, you know, you look at it, it's natural. It comes from very high in vitamin C. It's a great hydrator for your skin, and it's a great like cold iced tea. And in summertime, it's very quenching because it's a little tart. So
the rest and digest is very good for after you eat a meal, or if you're, you know, want to help sleeping. That's why it's called rest and digest. We have just dandelion tea, which has dandelion and dandelion root in it, which is very good for your
your kidney, your liver.
Kidney and liver cleansing. I'm just trying to get her in here now. We have the matcha tea. This is ceremonial organic matcha tea. It's like the best you can find, and we have it right here for you guys.
Shame on you, Forrest. Okay, so SFASF, how to live off grid without getting reported to the county zoning.
Say it again.
You
don't move to a place where they're up your butt like that. That's one of your first mistakes. That's why you got to get my off-grid booklet. I wrote a little booklet for you guys. It just costs pennies on the dollar for you to get. It could save you thousands and thousands of dollars. And the first thing is to make sure that you don't have any planning or zoning. I've got a person right here on the thing. She has 35 acres, lives in an unincorporated area. She's trying to build a house on her own 35 acres for her kid, and the zoning and commission people are running up her butt and telling her she can't do it. So that's the first thing you have to do, okay? And we try to tell you guys that over and over. Where's your structure at?
Right here.
All right, it's right here.
That's
the structure right there.
You got to show. So you hold it the other way.
Yep. You put the water in the top, and it basically swirls the water around and spits it out.
It makes it into a vortex, and then it restructures it, and it gets rid of the old memory.
And it's tmhw.net. Yeah, that chocolate tea is my favorite. Ask Stacy. That she asked, "What kind of tea you want?" I'm like, "Chocolate tea."
Oh yes. So
How many times a day can you drink mullein tea?
I like if you're needing it for something, you could do it 3 times a day or something. I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't be drinking it like
With everything, right?
It's moderation.
Moderation is the key.
But when you're going through an episode, and you definitely need it more, yeah, you can do it 3-4 times a day.
Chance Rice, you are watching the Greater Israel Plan. Donald Trump flat out said to your face, the Zionist lover that he is, that they're going to make that all beachfront property. The Bushes were here to destabilize the Middle East. That's why we had weapons of mass destruction. All right? I mean, this is really not that hard to follow, y'all.
Okay, so Candy Cane says if you get stung by a jellyfish, you should put urine on it. Actually, no. Do you want to know what you really should do for a jellyfish sting? You need to you need to put warm water over it, because what happens, that makes the skin, open up and the blood vessels to expand so that the stuff comes out. A lot of people will put ice on it. You're not supposed to do that. I watched the whole thing on it. It was really interesting. But you want to put it like a compress or hot, keep it hot. And so the blood vessels dilate more.
And Deanna, maybe put some coconut oil on your skin. That might help you too. Like, you just have to moisturize
it. What?
She just says you have the itchy back and dry skin. But, like a lot of this stuff that you guys, your ailments are from the inside out, right? So your body is trying to speak to you. It's trying to tell you that you're deficient in some way.
So for a lot of skin stuff, you're low in vitamin A or vitamin A type foods. Your good vitamin A foods, like if you're into liver can help a lot there. Or if you don't want liver, you can do, eggs are incredible. Eggs are so powerful. They're almost like a complete everything. They have your amino acids and they're just so great for you. So eggs are good, some good grass-fed meat. So something like that would be helpful. Definitely. So
seed oils are not good for you, and everything they're cooking your food in, if you eat out, is in seed oils. All this stuff is done on purpose, y'all.
So Tammy just wrote the word out, Shivambu. That's what urine therapy is called. So you can look into Shivambu therapy. There are some really good videos on YouTube about it where you're having the Indian doctor. Some of them you might have to listen because some of them have a really thick accent, but you can learn a lot. They will give you, and there's books you can get too, but if you watch some of these videos, they'll tell you exactly how to do it. It's the first morning urine. They're going to tell you how much to take, all this kind of stuff. If that's something that you're wanting to look into, because there are countless, it's been going on forever. The urine you can use for a lot. Everyone wants to talk about urine maybe next week. Yeah. Maybe next Monday we should have a urine day.
Raw eggs is great. Like, really, you shouldn't be cooking your eggs. There's a lot of information out there about that. That's why a lot of the bodybuilders and stuff would drink the raw eggs.
Well, I wouldn't do like commercial or
no, right.
But honestly, if you're going to cook your eggs, the best way to eat them is where they're not poached. You can poach them or over, easy. You don't want, they can be kind of looser. That is where you're going to get the most health benefits. But eating them scrambled in all the different ways, you're still going to be good eating eggs because they are very good for you. But just like anything else, you're going to get more nutritional, a little bit more.
Eggs bring up your cholesterol level. Cortisol. That's what she said. Cortisol level. So,
what? Cortisol?
I was just reading that.
No.
And what do they attack during the COVID lie, right? They attack the eggs, right? They don't want the eggs out there. Then they started killing all the laying hens. Replacing them with jab chickens. Y'all, this is wild. All right. mRNA in our pork and eggs. Sure, plus they're spraying it in the sky and then putting, I guess this is on hold for right now, but they were trying to label the new Appeal stuff as organic, but I guess it's on hold right now. But that's still got seed oils and all the stuff in it that they are trying to use, y'all. They literally, full stop, poison you through the air, food, and water, and they know it. Okay, they know it.
Wow, Denise says I was 180 pounds and now 3 years later I eat once a day and now weigh 125 and I'm 61 years old at 5'4".
And she feels great.
Go, Denise. And then Auntie M says, we used our aged humidor this year. Wonderful resorts. Good for you.
That's
it's
right.
Always exciting. I remember my first time I used it too on our stuff. Yeah, good for you.
Suggestions to help with poison ivy. I would get some bentonite clay. That's very good for shingles, poison ivy. You can get that at the Redmond store on our link here. I'll leave our link at offgoodwithdougandstacy.com and then hit the shop tab. Scroll down and you'll see the Redmond link. Pick up some Relight, get some salt, and then also pick up some bentonite clay.
And then it says, where did I see that? Where did I lost somebody. Where did it go? Oh, it says, be steadfast. Urine therapy, you can drink urine too. Oh yes, you sure can. There's lots of testimonies on it. Get some books on it. Read about it. You might be surprised to know that you could like really heal yourself.
Yeah, our Wolf, we did see that about them putting the mRNA on dental floss.
Yes.
I mean, that was crazy. They're going to try to put this thing anywhere because it alters your DNA, right? That is what they want to do. They want to alter your body and its DNA, okay? And to what reason, you're going to have to dig a little deeper, but it's... So you're either going to be the lab rat or you're going to fight to stay the way you are and even get even healthier, right? That should be your goal, is to get even healthier. And Stacy and I aren't doctors. We don't play one on YouTube. We basically just look up all this information, then we applied it in our life, and we're only sharing with you guys what has worked very well for us.
And it's not just us, it's like a lot of other people
Sure.
too. So, well, oh, what is that? I keep losing things.
Because you got to be fast around here.
I know. Yes, Deborah says plants are sensitive. They also are able to read your intent. They can.
Mel Z, I mean, white people created the world you live in, all the advancements, all the luxuries you have. So we're not turning this into kind of racial thing, but let's be for real. You know what I'm telling you?
Yes, Amy, I'm with you. She says, given the choice between conspiracy theories and urine, I'll go with the urine every time.
Every time.
That's right. And I'm seeing a lot of people like, I'm not going to pee on myself. Well, you're not going to pee on yourself. You know,
you might. It depends.
No, you're not. But I'm just saying, don't just educate yourself. And know it's your urine. It's not someone else's urine. The first time I did it, I made sure I drank a lot of water. But I'll come straight. I use it on my skin. I'm telling you, your skin looks great.
All right, so the first time Stacy and I came to Colorado, we were on the Harleys and we were with our friends, and we went on this whitewater rafting trip, okay? And they didn't have a lot of snow that year. There wasn't a lot of water in the river.
The river was down.
And they
Colorado
have the big
was down.
raft that you're in, and then if you are, feeling like you can do it or you've had some experience, you can get in this thing called a ducky, which is like it's like a kayak, but it's inflatable, all right? And so I'm like, yeah, I grew up, going to camp, and I know how to canoe and raft, and I'm good, right? So I jumped in this thing, and I handled it like a boss.
And these were some class.
They're pretty good.
We had some really good rapids.
Yeah, and the people were even like, man, he did pretty good,
Yeah.
So then we were so loving that trip because it was an overnight trip, and they made dinner for us, and we camped out on the river and everything. I got home and everything, and I said, we should take the kids. And so we packed up Grandma, and we packed up the kids, and we went back to the Colorado for this same experience. So
actually, it was where we was in Utah.
Yeah, but it's Colorado River. We leave out of Grand Junction, and it goes into Utah mostly, okay? So we get there. They've had more snow, more rain. The stuff's running a little faster.
Really high.
No big deal. So we do the thing all the same. We get into the big raft. They hand out the duckies. I'm in mine. There was one other guy that got one on our trip, and so we were doing pretty good. I tackled the first raft.
Before he goes on, usually you go down a rapids and then it kind of calms down a little bit, and you go. There was two really, really bad ones.
Right.
One then into another one, so you couldn't go over and like get
chill
someone
out.
If they.
Right.
Yeah.
They call it the skull and crossbones. That's the name of it to this day. So I handled the first first rapids we went through was no problem. Everything was pretty good. And then I came up to that one and it freaking dumped me.
Sucked him in.
Right? And so when it dumped me, you know, the boat's gone, the raft people are trying to get over to you, the water's moving really fast. You know, they tell you to keep your nose and your toes out of the water and up and stay facing forward. And really your body starts to take over.
You were just
It doesn't
going
matter.
all
Your
over.
body starts to take over. You're trying to swim and fight it. You're trying to swim to the shore. You're trying to get out of the rapids, right? And that's what I was doing. And I became so exhausted. Like, I was so exhausted. And all the while, like, I get a little close to the raft and then, like, they're like, pull them in, pull them in. And I would grab the side and they would try to pull me in, but I was a little heavier and I'm a big dude and they couldn't pull me in. So they kept trying to pull me in. I would break away from the raft, come back. They would try to pull me in again. And then while they're trying to do all this stuff, the other raft that we were with hit our raft and popped a hole in it with their motor. This is Crazy Train.
Yeah, and we were in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell phone coverage. We had a whole other day.
Yeah.
We were spending the night and had a whole other day. And so
I looked up at Stacy and I was so exhausted. I looked up here. I said, I don't think I'm going to make it. I literally said that, y'all. I thought I was literally going to die in that river day.
So luckily the guides did that. They had duct tape with them. So the duct tape covered the hole because they literally sliced a hole in the raft and it was like, psh.
They stopped that from leaking.
So
and then eventually, finally, like some kind of way, they got me out of the boat. Like they pulled me into the boat from the side. I think.
You don't remember, I was there, I did it. So, yeah, we just got him in and then he was.
It was so hard for him to get me in.
We shoved him underneath the cooler and put a towel over him.
I couldn't move. And they stopped for lunch like 10 minutes after that. The other dude that went off of his boat, he ended up on the side, but he was exhausted too, but he ended up on the side too. And I remember going over him in our boat.
He went under the boat.
Yeah, and we picked him up and got him on.
Yeah.
I think I even helped get him on. And then that I was spent. Like they went to lunch. I basically crawled off the boat.
You weren't good till the next day.
And I laid down on the beach and I did not move.
Yeah.
Like I was exhausted. I literally thought I was going to die that day. That's pretty, I think in my whole life of Crazy Train, that's been the closest I've ever come to cashing out.
But needless to say, we went again. It was so much fun. If you liked the whitewater raft, it was good.
Yeah, it was great. And when I went back, like I don't let that stuff, you know, rule me in. Fear doesn't rule me or anything. I'll tackle it again. Just a little more cautious. You know what I mean? But yeah, the water was really moving that year, boy. And it was quite a story. Quite a story.
Okay. We can't talk much longer.
I know, right? We already been on it for an hour and a half.
I have to take Molly for a walk because she was kind of cooped up today.
8:36, y'all. An hour and a half. We gave you all that we can give you. We talked about a lot of different subjects. But what you guys, in case you got here late, you definitely want to go back to the beginning where we talked about the 30-year neurosurgeon and what he's saying, you know, about sunlight, right? The sunless trap. Why you're stuck in the dopamine desert. Change isn't hard, it's impossible for the sun-starved. Low agency people aren't lazy, their brains are dark. No sunlight equals no dopamine. And we talked about how they're training kids these days to stay inside, play on their devices, you know, be in the internet world, keep your drapes pulled all the time. You know, look around, man. A lot of people have pale skin and they got these feminine kind of soft, buttery hands. No calluses, no tans. So just, you know, rewind and maybe listen to that whole thing there from the 30-year neurosurgeon Jack Cruz, who I respect. And maybe you could learn something from that. Get outside, ground yourself, take your shoes off, get your feet in the grass, in the dew, in the water, in the sand. You know, you have to do that. Your body is an electrical being and you're discharging all that electricity that you don't need. And, you know, then we went into a host of all kinds of other topics. That's what's so great about the live show every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, we'll see you guys at the Redmond Mind Tour if you are in the university, university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com. We offer that for them, and we do a lot of extracurricular activity with the university members. And we're meeting at the Redmond Mine for a big mine tour, and then we have a meetup for anyone can attend the meetup. It's August 9th at 3 p.m. at the Monroe Valley RV spot in the Big Red Barn. That's in Utah.
Monroe, Utah.
Monroe, Utah. Don't worry about the fires. We've been talking to these people a lot. It's over on the mountain. It's only one side of the mountain. It might be a little smoky, but there's no problem there with the fire. So
we'll be there.
you can bring your RV maybe if they still have spots and stay there, or you can just show up for the thing. And then again, we were trying to get out to the West Coast and work our way back. We're talking right now about that, but because we got caught up in North Carolina with this Airstream and Axle program, that kind of messed us up. Took away a lot of time that we needed on the homestead, but I think we might have it figured out. We're still debating it, and then we might try to go to Idaho and then work our way down the west side and then back through Arizona and home. So that's another thing that we're working on right now, right?
And then Cheryl's talking about, do you have any idea what I can do to stop getting bleeding stomach ulcers? Well, look into your diet for sure, Cheryl, but it sounds kind of crazy, but do some research on cayenne pepper, okay?
And if you have lymphatic problems, you should look up.
Capsaicin.
You should look up the lymphatic 6.
Big 6.
The Big 6. It's an exercise that you can do. It'll help free up your stuff. Your lymph nodes are the garbage
It's not
cans
really an exercise
of your bodies. Well, it's a thing you do.
It's a lymphatic Big 6. Go to Dr. Perry Nicholson. He's the lymph doctor, and you can learn a lot from him. He's on Instagram and YouTube. But the lymphatic Big 6, or the big thing, if you could get a rebounder. It's like a little mini trampoline, and that's really great for your lymphatic system. Okay.
All right, that's it, y'all. So thanks a lot for showing up.
Molly.
See you guys on the next live show or the next video. I might have one out for you guys tomorrow. I've been kind of working on another one here. We're going to maybe go down this Trump rabbit hole a little bit more so I can refresh your memory. A lot of you guys are old enough to remember in the 90s. You know, and again, why do we have Trump, the television, you know, superstar, you know, that's been kind of in our face all of our lives with his real estate deals and his news, who owns the news stations, his news station stories, and then Oprah, and then his show on TV. Like, you guys, why does he have to be the president? There's 300 million people in America, and there's very much qualified people. Remember Ross Perot? Did you ever know that Ross Perot actually bowed out of the election because the Bushes threatened his family? You can go look this stuff up. Try to dig deep into this stuff, right? It's a great big club, and you ain't in it.
So we have to make our own club. And Molly's ready to go for a walk.
Yeah, and if you're in the university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com, we'll see you Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do part 2 of the oils, and then we're going to talk about structured water
and anything holistic health.
Yes, and anything holistic health, because it's working good for us. Stacy's in her 60s plus. I'm almost 60. We don't have a primary care physician. We feel alive, alert, and we feel great, and we're just trying to pass this information on to you guys so you can get some. All right? All right.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you.
Say goodbye, Molly.
Say bye. She said, I think Kathy's going to go for a walk.
She wants to go on a walk
bye.
now. It's called kalal in Armenian, if you guys want to know. We're going to take her on a kalal.
Are you ready? Are you going to go for a walk? Yes, we are.
All right, you guys, take care of yourselves and stay vigilant. Never safe. Go look those words up.